right, well, we are officially on day one, and we are back with Crystal Classics. And Deanna Bruce, how you doing today, Deanna?
Brilliant. One day better than the other, so which is good. I like to be in Munich. I really enjoy it. Talk a bit of German, eat really nice German food, and yeah, a proper Munich show. We really missed it.
Well, I love it. Now, the recent hubbub on the street is that you were recently named Fluorite Princess.
It really is, yes. Reason being, we did a few years ago, we did a nice program for the Bavarian TV, and it was aired here. So a lot of people in Munich have seen it, and I was live on TV for an evening talk show. And someone came up to me, oh my God, there she is, the Fluorite Princess. I finally meet you, I've seen you. So, which was really cute.
You are not only a celebrity, you are royalty.
Yes, obviously, that must be it. So, Lady Diana and Lady Annabella mine, and now a Fluorite Princess. I mean, what could you ask more for, you know?
I love it. So, being the Fluorite Princess, we happen to be standing in front of a case of fluorite.
Exactly.
Take us through the case.
Right, so we won't obviously feature all the fluorites, but many of you know that we have a project in the north of England with 3 fluorite mines, and those are the Diana Maria mine, Lady Annabella mine, and the Weardale mine. This year, being the 50th year since the Weardale mine has been started mining, we actually found a new pocket, which is really remarkable, right on cue. And we named it the 50-year pocket and brought some specimens to the Munich show. So this is the first time they've been shown, and they're really something. So it's the first time Weardale mine would have produced specimens. Since 5 years we've been working on the Weardale mine, have been reinstating it, so it's secure health and safety, ventilations and whatnot. And really we're concentrating on the Diana Maria mine and the Lady Annabella mine within the Weardale area. And Weardale, right on cue, produced those lovely lush green fluorites, few galenas right in between. And for those of you that are not familiar with the specimens from the north of England, if you take them outside into daylight, they fluoresce blue. So really, really striking color change that is shown on those fluorites. So here you have a really nice hand-sized specimen. So large cabinet, I would say, large crystals and twinning.
Mm-hmm.
Which
a lot
you
of
see
twinning
here.
in there. Yeah.
Yes. And this specimen would be priced at $12,500 if you wanted to add something like this to your collection. Of course, there are many, many, many more specimens within the case, so not all specimens need to be large and in that price range. So you can go also for something smaller, whether that is from the same mine, Weardale mine, or from the Diana Maria mine. You take your pick. So why not? We have a nice selection here, so you could go for a small specimen like this from the November Gem pocket. Why November Gem? You have this really nice white calcite and those gemmy green fluorite twins sitting right on top. So super sparkle. So it reminded us already in November, it's snowing in Weardale.
Sure, yeah.
So it reminded us really of the snowy combinations and the green peaks of emeralds. So November Gem pocket.
And that's from the
Diana Maria
mine. Okay.
So we will show you a few examples of the different mines just so you get
What's the asking price for that piece?
$4,000.
God, that's not bad at all.
And then if you're more into single crystals, you could just go for a nice hidden forest pocket single twin. So look how much fire there is in this crystal. So that is well over an inch on edge. And something like this can be yours in your collection for $320.
Wow, that's a good price for a beautiful crystal.
Exactly. So it does not always need to break the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is the hidden forest pocket from the Diana Maria mine. So I mentioned earlier we have another mine, which is the Lady Annabella mine, named after our daughter Annabella. And that mine is a surface mine and has produced different colors. So you will have some purples, yellows, nice greens. And here you have a really nice bull vein specimen. That's fluorite with some calcites and some quartz, the druzy, sparkly quartz inside. On the edges, you see a slight phantom of blue. So when you take them out in the daylight, that phantoming will be the only thing that fluoresces within the crystal.
Oh, I see the phantoming right right about there. Okay.
So, and the yellow stays as it is in color. So there's not so much daylight fluorescence within the yellows, only that small zone here would show a little bit more bluish in color outside. So the Lady Annabella mine is a surface mine, which limits the times we can spend mining fluorites there. So usually the season starts in April and ends round about end of October.
And that's because of the weather.
Because it's fully exposed, it's on a plateau, it's quite a bit higher. We're exposed to the elements, wind, water, rain. So it's really harsh conditions. Therefore, it's very limiting for us when we can mine. So here, a specimen like this would put you back $2,500.
Okay, reasonable price.
So, but not only do we have fluorite specimens within the mines that we mine, so I thought also, could we not do something different? And being a woman, obviously, who doesn't like a bit of dazzle and sparkle, and why not wear it? So first of all, I adopted the guilty jewelry, because I thought we have so many mineral collectors that buy a fluorite from every pocket that comes out. And we thought, well, why not entice them to bring a few little gifts to their wives?
Okay.
And so I created a jewelry line. So it took me a while to work and find the right cutters to be able to get the full brilliance shown of the fluorite. And then we came up with things like this. So I just show a couple of examples. So you have them set in sterling silver, here a brilliant cut, lots of facets, lots of sparkle. They retain a small amount of the daylight fluorescence, so you get a nice hue of blue when you would take them outside. So, but that is a nice set that you could purchase. If it's just earrings or necklaces, there won't be any rings or bracelets, too soft in the material.
Too soft, right.
But nevertheless, really nice to wear or to add to your collection or do a cut and rough display.
Sure, yeah.
So the earrings are $250, the necklace is $300.
Nice.
So, but there's lots of varieties, lots of different cuts, lots of different
and a lot of people
styles.
say fluorite is too soft for jewelry, but I mean, here it's a reasonable price, beautiful pieces, and as you say, if there's so long as they're earrings and necklaces, it may not be an issue.
You have to be careful, like with all other jewelry. So it is just a method of know how to wear it, be gentle, and there shouldn't be a problem. But I think they're also just nice adding to the display. So I know a lot of collectors also quite fancy a cut and rough display.
Sure, yeah.
So that is certainly also something that's possible and doable. But I recently sold out all my cut stones.
Okay. Now this, what we're looking at right now, this is new for me at the very least. I haven't seen earrings with pearls.
Yes, so I thought it would look nice to add maybe some pearls to it. So try something new every time, develop the range, expand the range of jewelry. So here I had 14 karat gold, and we added some pearls to our trillion cut pendant and earrings. And there we are having price range $600 for the earrings and $1,200 for the necklace.
Great.
But I think we are not a jewelry channel, so we're not delving too much more into that range. So as you can see, the display is really nicely mixed with fluorites and the jewelry matching to it. But I think it's a nice transition to actually look at gemstone crystals for those of you that are collecting gemstone crystals. And we have two wonderful displays put together here at the show, which I would like to show you.
Okay.
So we have an array of wonderful different colors. I mean, that is always the beauty. Gemstone crystals show beautiful different colors, whether you're looking for a sky blue or aquamarine blue, like in those specimens shown over here. Here you have a blue topaz, or you're looking at the Brazilian rubellite specimens, deep red, really intense color, pinkish from Brazil. Or you're looking at some of the barrels variety Heliodor from Ukraine. So a few of you might know that a few years we were involved with the project in Ukraine, looking for new options to mine Heliodor specimens from Volodyarsk. And That was a really interesting project, as the vast cavities. I think, Brian, you were underground as well.
Yeah, I spent some time down in Ukraine with you guys, and what an incredible experience. I mean, the place is famous for the big heliodors that came out, but to actually go there and go underground was just incredible.
Yes, a totally different experience also to me, seeing just those vast cavities, how big underground cavities can actually be, the miles and mile long stretches of coming from point A to point B. It was just, to me, totally unbelievable. And then,
it was like a 20-minute walk underground through water where it was all on the floor and you had to have your rubber boots, and areas where it was cascading down from different stopes to finally get to one of the big rooms where we did a lot of filming. And I mean, incredible experience.
Absolutely incredible. And it is really interesting. I mean, when we were there, it was literally, you're stepping almost like in a third world country, right in the middle of Europe. So it's this very, very less developed, less advanced. So, and then you go and everything is still like it was in the 1990s when they initially stopped and closed down all those mines. So it is interesting to see how this is all there and how it works, and those vast contrasts when you then go into a bigger city like Kiev, where you have all the 20th century or 21st century amenities. So it's very, very different. And we certainly are glad that all our friends that we know from Ukraine are safe. They're actually here also at the Munich show. It's always reassuring, they're doing well, but certainly struggle with the situation. So hence we would like to look probably at some of the heliodors that came out. This one is an historic specimen, so we're looking really at a 1984 specimen. So that was initially when that big find was made, 84 up to 1991. And vast amounts of heliodors, really unbelievable for our imagination these days, that were found, and they are all disappeared. So they're all in private collections. There's a few that were new specimens, which we come to in a minute, but this is one of the, like initially, what is always nice is the etching, the striations on the crystals, to see some have more, some have less, but it's almost like it looks like the alien encryptions.
Exactly.
So they left us a message. And they're really ranging in color from a almost orange yellow to a limey green, and then going a little bit paler here on the tip, but it's really a variety in colors.
Certainly.
So some more yellow, some more green. Certainly something like this, world-class specimens, you're looking literally at $110,000 to purchase one of these, because they are so rare, that size of a crystal. You can buy a few smaller crystals, that's for sure, but nothing that size. I mean, we're talking really sort of 18 to 20 centimeters upright crystal. That's quite some weight as well. So the gem rough is also considerable. Yeah,
certainly. So, and that a lot of the times on gem minerals like this, that's what you're competing against, the value of the gem rough.
And that brings me straight away, I mean, we have another heliodors that we could show, but that brings me straight away to pockets that are more recent. So here we have coronal mortar, nice pink tourmaline. So you see that wonderful color, that really hot pink, I think, as Lauren McGaw described it when she first saw that pocket. And those crystals. Now, if you as a mineral collector and mineral dealer want to own a specimen like this, let alone the whole pocket, you are competing against price per gram per carat in the gem industry, which really absorbs everything to the market. So this is what we are competing. So they're not interested. The mining is quite roughly done. So getting intact specimens where determinations are all intact are really difficult to come by, because the gem industry is not interested. They just look at, how many carats can I cut out of this specimen? They don't.
Yeah, but that's why this is even more rare, because the people who are collecting these, pulling them out of the ground, they're thinking in terms of gem rough. They don't care about the quality of the actual specimen.
Not at all.
So when you get a nice one like this with very little damage, it becomes even more rare.
Yes, absolutely. So nice single gem crystal that you could add. It has obviously a perspex made base. So this location is coronal mortar. I'm not sure, I'm not an expert Portuguese, but I'm sure I'm pronouncing this halfway right. So a ticket price on a specimen like this is $20,000.
20,000. Yeah.
Because, as you mentioned earlier, it is just hard to come by intact crystals, fully terminated, no repairs, no fills, so it's a really genuine gem crystal.
Great.
One of my favorites, I love the color blue. So for those that, for those of you who know me, I'm just trying to put this back into the base. So I absolutely am a fan of aquamarine, and this is just, there's a lot going on. I mean, it reminds me of a glacier blue, of icy, frozen mass. So, and what I find is nice, this looks really like it is frozen water, like you have air bubbles in water frozen, sort of a milkiness to it, and then it becomes this crystal clear, like gem on top. Again, something that you would not see too often and then could actually purchase and take home. They are very hard to source in the first place. That is really what we are talking about. So we're looking here at $85,000 for a gem crystal of that size, that clarity, and so perfectly terminated.
Great.
So gem crystals can be a variety of things. We obviously have our classic tourmalines, if they are from Afghanistan, Pakistan, you name it. There's a variety of specimens that you would do. One that strikes always or comes always to mind when you say gem crystals and gem minerals is certainly emerald. So emeralds are always such a classic. We have two examples in our case. So you really look into Colombian emeralds. I mean, this one is just striking in color. And you can see nature at its finest. So obviously there's a natural separation has happened within the crystal. So the crystal was literally torn apart, but is intact and safely embedded in the matrix.
The matrix, yeah.
So, and the color is just so vivid.
In which mine in Colombia is that from?
Oh, now I'm having this Cosqueos mine. Cosqueos?
Cosqueos, yeah.
So, like I said,
Great.
it's not my forte.
And price on that is $12,500.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's a nice piece.
In the background, you see a slightly larger specimen with a larger crystal, also purchased on Matrix, same locality as the previous one. And once you're getting up in size, you're also obviously going up in price. So we're looking at $20,000 for the larger of the two crystals that we have in the displays here at the Munich show.
Okay. I always love the emeralds.
I think another specimen that definitely would need to be pointed out, and is also a nice, really nice one, are barrels or morganites with clevelandites. So you're looking at this one, a piece of art. I love the combination, how it is really sort of perched in between the clevelandite. Here you have the quartz crystals on the side, and then you have this pink but so gemmy morganite crystal right in the middle. So aesthetically super pleasing specimen, and an intense pink. So morganite sometimes washes out in color the bigger the crystals get, so they don't retain much of the pinkness. They're going a bit opaque almost. But this one, I think, has a really nice set and feel to it. Cabinet size, has a perspex base made, and we're looking at a collection locality of in Afghanistan, Dara-i-Pech.
Okay.
And price-wise, $50,000. So these bases are always a great thing I like. So they're really easy to find and orientate your specimen. So I think they're making always for a nice display. Clear separation, you can display your specimens in your cases really nicely, so definitely something to look out for or invest in.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not only having this gem case, there's many more specimens we could talk about, but I think we can also look at the next gem case that we have, just to see what else there is. So, because equally nice specimens in both cases. It's sometimes hard to display them and figure out where do I put them, how do I group them. So here we are. And what we included in this gem case also, we included some garnets or grossular specimens. So often used also in the jewelry and gem industry, but we thought they would be nice on display.
Yep.
And here you have a nice grouping. I think that's a nice shot if Brian would just scoot over this. And these are really all from Canadian, so it's a Jeffrey mine, very well-known location when you look for a grossular specimen.
Certainly.
So, and you just see that cognac color in those garnets, and then you have a chrome grossular where it's green, so which is also something. And these specimens in sizes, they range from miniature to cabinet-sized specimen. So you can make nice groupings together with different sizes, different colors, just from one locality, which we always are quite keen to do. So we always try to group where possible, either species or localities together. So these ones, you remember, this is a recent find, again, Colonel Murta, and what we loved about those, not only do you have single gem crystals that this find has produced, you have a nice grouping, a nice spray of different gem crystals really come together, different colorations where it goes almost like in a pale bluish color, and then again those really intense tops with the hot pink. So a little grouping like this puts you back $15,000.
Okay.
Very complex, three-dimensional. So if you are a lover for gem crystals, a group can just be as attractive as a single specimen or single crystal. And when we're talking about groupings, I always am a fan also of the tourmalines with Clevelandite from Pakistan. So I have nice colorations in the green, so different shades of green. So the camera picks that up nicely, where you have that really nice dark green core, almost looks black.
Yep.
But they are in fact dark green. So also
Super
when you're
dark
looking,
green,
yeah, so they're super dark green. But nice contrast here. It looks really super nice with the nice Clevelandite white offset against the dark mossy green.
Absolutely.
So this specimen is priced at $14,000. Again, location Stagnala in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely also this one, Afghanistan Tap
this.
Rock, very different color. So you have
It's
almost
very pastel,
yeah, pinkish core to it. And then you really have those intergrown like 3, 4, 5 crystals. That is, so here you see the pink, and then this, I don't even know how to describe this. It's sort of a mixture between mint green and, what would you describe it as? Looks.
I'd call it like a very kind of pastel mint green, yeah.
So this one is Tap Rock, Afghanistan.
And what's the price on that?
$3,500.
Oh, that's not a bad price at all.
So very sweet. And we have an array of small little specimens on different budgets, different price levels. Another one that's really, really nicely to point out is definitely here, from the Wawa Mountains, a red beryl. So
those are tough to find.
They are so tough to find. So this is literally in Beaver County, Utah, USA. So very small crystals, but very sought after. So now I just have to check. Quite often these are repaired. So we would always declare this on the back of our labels, whether a specimen has a repair or. So you would find this here. So sometimes when tourmaline crystals, while they are found or while they are mined, break apart, they are repaired by being put together. That
Sure.
is nothing unusual within the industry.
But you have to
But
declare it.
as a dealer, you should always declare it. We put it on the back of our labels just to make our customers aware, but would point that out in a personal consultation. So here just for the locality again. So price on this specimen is 6,500? Yes, I needed to look twice. So, but intense ruby red.
Yeah, it's always a great color.
So unusual for the locality to find a specimen like this. So if you're a gem collector and looking to add something very unusual to your selection and to your collection, then definitely this is a specimen you should go for, because they are very hard to come by.
They are. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap us for today. Deanna, thanks for giving us a tour, and we look forward to catching up with you tomorrow.
Brilliant, sounds great. Looking forward to it.
All right, cheers.
Bye for now.